Welcome to Grand Rock Warehouse, and tonight we are tackling the year 1979. We're doing our top 10 tracks. The panel's here, the panel's ready. We are live, ladies and gentlemen, so let's get started.
Talking bands no one talks about. Grant's Rock Warehouse.
Holy crap, we are live, and I've got the panel here. I've got DC, I've got John the Music Nut, and of course I've got BM Bolt here. And I'm fully lubricated tonight, ladies and gentlemen. So get ready. This is going to be a wild ride. So anyway, tonight we're talking 1979, and we are talking our top 10 tracks. So the panel is ready. I am ready. And I will say before we start, my ranking could change. And I didn't really rank mine. Other members of the panel, did you rank yours?
Yes.
Just kind of, you did?
10-1 like I normally do.
Okay. Right. But I did not rank mine. And the tracks that I have personally chosen because I am the host, for God's sakes, could change. And I bet everybody on this panel, they could change as well.
Oh, yeah.
So, this is going to be something. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's get started. I do want to welcome the panel, DC, John, and Byron. It's nice to have you there. For any of those a fan of Mrs. BM Bolt, she did make an appearance prior to us starting this show. And it was nice. Nice seeing Mrs. Bolt.
She'll comment, she said.
She's decided
well, I want
she's
her
just
to
going to
comment.
We would like her on the show, but...
I would love her here. So before we get started, Kyle says hello. Jason, hello.
Hello,
nice.
Kyle, Jason.
Why am I hearing
Hello,
feedback?
everyone. Thank you for joining us tonight.
Testing. I'm hearing feedback.
Huh.
Is someone feeding back? Kyle.
Not.
Sounds good.
Look, young Logan is
My
here.
feedback?
All right, Logan.
God, what happened to him?
You guys all rock. Thank you all for joining us. All you
Young
men
Logan.
and women, thank you all so much.
Tyler's here.
It's pretty fired up in the
Logan,
comments.
I don't know where you were today, but DC and I did a test today, earlier in the day, and we figured everything out.
We've got the stereo all ironed out. No more issues.
We've got no feedback. I don't know where you were, being such a good...
we had a few of the regulars there. Ken White, I remember, was there, along with...
Of course, we have Marlon. 1979 was a good year. I hope these guys don't ruin it.
We ain't ruining it. We're going to make it better.
That's
We're
our
gonna
Marlon.
make it better.
That's right.
Oh, you
Hi,
guys
Marlon.
just kill me. Where's Gary at? Is he here?
I'm sure we'll...
Oh, there he is.
I'm sure
Gary, you're late.
Oh, hey, Gary.
Principal, welcome. That's
God,
right.
I can't do this show without Gary here, for
God.
God's sake.
What we got? How many people we got in here already? Damn.
27.
Shit.
Ooh,
Love
yeah.
it.
Look, Lounge Dweller. Do I know you,
Lounge Dweller. Welcome.
Come over from Ski Lodge. I don't know.
Are you a ski lodger?
We'll find
Wait
out.
a minute, my mouse isn't working, but I've also had like 5 beers, so that might have a problem.
All
All right, well, let's get started.
Cool.
We're going to keep it loose. We're going to have a good discussion. We're going to bring everybody in. So we do want to hear from you in the chat because we do want to keep it interactive. So anyway, I'm going to get started the way I see it. I'm going to go DC, Byron, John, myself, and we're going to go around. And let's say we've got 10 choices. Do you guys want to do... I don't know. What do you want to do? Three, and...
Well, why don't we do 3-3-2-2 as we get
3-3-2-2?
closer to
There
the
you go.
pinnacle?
Yes.
All right, let's
Yeah.
go 3-3-2-2. We'll keep it moving. We'll try to go an hour. We may go over. You know how it is in the warehouse. It's very loose, for God's sakes. So, all right, let's do it. Go. DC,
All right,
give us me your two.
Thanks for everybody for tuning in. I have to say that thumbnail of AC/DC, that early photo, most of that band looks like they should still be having paper routes. It's like,
I could have posted that picture with...
oh yeah, that'll send a chill down your
That's
spine.
even
as
better.
well.
Hey, we have 35 people watching tonight. So, God, this is 37. What
The
are we
heat is
doing
on.
tonight? That's good. All right.
All right,
Let's
here we
get
go.
started. DC, go.
As we say every time we do these yearly top 10s, and I'll just say it again, it's a difficult task. each one of us has our own methodology of how we come to 10, but there are certainly hundreds of songs that we dearly love from every year. But I will say for me, 1979 was the first year since I've been doing these that the Billboard Top 100 did not produce the songs in great numbers that I really, really love. Oh my.
Oh, for God's sakes, DC. Turn off your equipment. Oh, we've got 47 people now. What is going on? Is the stream... I don't know. This stream might be pregnant. It might be producing offspring.
Might be Monday nights.
We don't have 47. Maybe we ought to do more shows on
Monday nights. And earlier in the 70s, I could have picked 10 songs from the Billboard Hot 100 and filled a list and felt good about that list. But as we're moving through the 70s, there's less and less Billboard Top 100 for the year content. So this year, it's a 5 and 5. I picked 5 from the Billboard Hot 100, and then I picked 5 album cuts. And this year, looking at the list, there are like about 18 potential wall punchers for 1979.
Oh, no.
A couple of them I've already used in previous shows, so that kind of tells you where my head's at with 79. Okay, for my first pick, it's one of my all-time favorite artists, and this is a release from his band. It's Paul McCartney and Wings with Good Night Tonight.
Oh, for God's sakes.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Wait a
How
minute,
about
DC.
that bass groove? The whole song is constructed on that bass line.
DC, I don't even see that graphic.
I said it to you.
Oh, this is bad already.
Imagine, if you will, Paul McCartney, his wife Linda, and the other fellas. Pose.
I made the graphic earlier, but did you give me more than 10?
No, I gave you 10 straight up.
That's bullshit, because you gave me more, because I've got plenty.
No, that must have been for a previous show.
Oh, God, I really screwed up. Hold on. Because you know what, ladies and gentlemen, here in the warehouse, we are a professional outfit.
Not
It's a
tonight.
tight ship.
We're a tight ship.
Don't be so sure Denny didn't sneak into your office and dick around with
Come
your
on, we have to have
graphics.
the
I
graphic.
thought you finally canned Denny.
No,
Well, he
Dennis-
had got one of his songs on last night, John.
Did
He
he?
cut an album, and he twisted Grant's arm
Okay.
enough to play his song on the show last
You
night.
missed it.
Give it a listen.
You missed
It's
it.
actually not as bad as you might think, but
Really?
his album cover, he is so smug on that.
he's
I feel like
smug.
punching him.
He's an ass.
Anyway, there you go. We got
All right,
Wings.
there
now.
you go. Talk about Wings a little bit, DC.
All right, the bass line, and it truly speaks to how a legacy artist like McCartney can still move with the times and be relevant, because it was a very a dance groove, and that doesn't forget melody and song construction.
Maybe. Go ahead.
But is anybody really surprised? It's Paul McCartney, for gosh sakes.
Yeah. it's
Okay,
good.
so my
What's your
second
next pick? Yeah.
My second pick is from a group where there is great debate about what version of the band is best. For me, both versions are fantastic and loved. And in my older age, I do find myself listening to the latter version more than the original. And it's the Doobie Brothers with What a Fool Believes. And no matter how many times I hear this, I never tire of it.
Yep.
And it's what I call an evergreen pop song. I mean, I love it as much today as that when it was released. It's an early example of yacht rock, smooth vocals from Michael McDonald, and it's catchy. Fun fact.
Really? You're going to rate each one of DC's picks? And see, Marlon's got it out for you, DC.
He does.
He is not going to give you any slack.
He
at
and
all.
I in the warehouse try and keep our distance because it's
We
like
might
on a
have to
very
sick Denny on
fine
him.
edge. Very fine. He may be siding with Denny in this whole thing.
Oh.
But anyway, another related group like Van Halen, I clearly like David Lee Roth era over Sammy, although I love the Sammy stuff. Doobie Brothers, both versions of the bands, I really like. My third pick to round out the first go round for me.
All right.
I only have one disco pick for this year, but I did pick 2 disco tunes from this Billboard chart in
look out,
'78.
Marlon.
Like there was some overlap. This is more of a straight up pop dance number instead of having all the usual tropes of a disco song. And it's Donna Summer with Heaven Knows. And as much as I could not exclude the Bee Gees from my list from this era, I got to recognize Donna Summer as well. It's great melody, vocally fantastic, danceable, and has a great nostalgic value for old DC. And nostalgia plays a great role in all these lists.
Look, there you go. Oh, right on these same. All right, I don't know what that.
All right,
means.
Jason, we're right there, man.
Logan, Logan, are you from young Logan in the chat? Are you familiar with Donna Summer's work?
Yeah.
Love to Love Me, Baby.
That one I could do without, although it was it
I
really
think
pushed
it's great.
boundaries.
It pushed boundaries at the time.
It sure did. Like I said, nostalgia plays a great role in these lists, and that takes me back to a time very memorable for me.
Oh, Rose Rosser gave us a thumbs up. She is my old boss back at Ohio Health when I started at Ohio Health 91.
Cool.
She was she was the assistant manager in radiology in the file room, and she was my boss. But she likes it that we're going live. All right.
Great.
So there we go.
And like I said, I can't ignore Donna Summer. She was the top female vocalist in this genre and this era of music, and she's responsible for a whole lot of top shelf tunes. So I'm done with my screed for round one. So on to Byron.
Yeah, I see your comments.
Yeah.
Why? Are you what? Is there a problem?
Oh, Maureen's mentioned Earth,
this
Wind,
is
and
going to
Fire.
this is going to be a loose show. All
That
right.
was on my
Oh, yeah.
78. That was on my 78 list, Maureen. Yeah, that's a top shelf song. Fantastic.
Oh, he's on 2 devices. Well, aren't you
well,
a
well,
bragger?
Well,
That's what she said. She was on 2 devices,
devices.
too. I don't know how she did it, but she did it. All right, Marlon's got a ranking so far: a 5.1, a 6.3, and a 1.9.
Can't please everybody.
This is going to take forever to get through this. So you're not doing very well.
Well, I like that 6.3 for my Doobie Brothers pick. That's not bad. That's over 5. With me and Marlon, that's pretty good. That's almost like me hitting a home run.
Hey, Chris, thanks for the nice, kind words. But Davy Cretin, it was all him, not me. And of course, Martin showed up for it. That was kind of nice. You never know. But Chris, we have another Ramon show coming up, so be ready. So, and John the Music Nut's going to be on it with Davy. So,
All right.
see, I've lined up John the Music Nut to fill in for Martin Popoff. So, see,
Yeah, and I could do a pretty good. I could do a pretty good impression of him too, eh?
Yeah, you're fine. All right, so let's keep it moving. I know it's loose, but we're having fun here. We're talking music. All right, BM Bolt, give me your 3.
All right. I gotta chime in and say I agree with that. Why does it hurt when I pee? Pick. That's a good song. It was in my list, but I had to narrow it down, and I did not include that. That's a good one. So yeah, 79, I turned 15 that year. And so that's the year, I bought my first nice stereo, and I was hearing new stuff as it was coming out. We're a lot of times, the earlier years we've done that stuff, I didn't really know when it was coming out, and I've heard it over the years and become familiar with it. But this stuff was coming out, and I was hearing it live, Mm-hmm. So I got some pretty good stuff here, I think. So I'm going to start with the Cars off the KNDO, Dangerous Type. This was the first Cars album I ever bought. So a lot of these are going to be like the first albums I've got by a band, since I was just starting to buy records at this point. And this has got to be their best song ever, I think. It's kind of heavy. It's weird. It's got that strange keyboard. Do 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 do. I just think it's great. So that's going to be my first pick.
Well, it's a good pick, but I don't think that's the best track.
Oh, I think that's their best song ever.
Well, whatever.
And how about that album cover? Boy, that's some top shelf
That
illustration.
when that
is
came out,
fantastic.
was that Vargas?
Vargas, yeah.
When that came out in 79, I mean, that was considered a bit racy, don't you think?
Yeah. You would stare at it while you were listening.
Well, it did something
So,
else.
all right.
All right. Anyway, go ahead. Oh, wait a minute. Wait. Before we go on, Mrs. BM Bolt. Byron only bought that Cars album because of the cover. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, now it's really getting real. So, Byron,
I bought
is
it
that
because
true?
I bought it because I love the song "Let's Go." Is why I really bought it. I didn't discover Dangerous Type till later. So
We know the real story. All right, Byron, we'll keep it moving. This is going to take hours.
Yeah.
All right, Byron, what's your
all right.
next
So
pick?
I'm going to go off of the third album by these guys. This album was huge for them. I mean, they had some success before this.
This is the best. This is the best album.
This is probably the best album.
Of course.
And there's so many good
Oh,
songs.
where'd
on
it
here.
go?
But I'm going to go with "Here Comes My Girl." I like to play this one for Mrs. VM Bolt once in a while.
Oh, how
She really likes it. It's such a good
Pink
song.
Love Grand.
I mean, but there's a lot of great songs on here, but I'm going to go with "Here Comes My Girl." And
Hey.
then,
The whole album is top notch.
yeah, I mean,
I like Hard Promises, and I like You're Gonna Get It. I like the first four. I think are great. So, but whatever. But I think once they got Jimmy Iovine on board, I think it was magic because he knew exactly what to do with Tom Petty and Heartbreakers. Now, at the time, people thought, "Wow, this is awfully polished." But if you look at it now, I don't see it all that polished like people say. But whatever. It is what it is. All right. Thank you, Byron. What BM?
I got one more.
I know. What's your next one?
So, okay, the next one. This album was huge in '79.
Okay.
Huge. You couldn't get away from it. Once again, there's so many good songs on here. Go pick something off of Breakfast in America. And I'm going to go with The Logical Song, which I think was the first single on here. That's such a good, I mean, there's so many good songs, but that one is just, it's kind of different, I think. I love it. There's just so much, the way it starts out and, with Roger's high vocals, and it's just the sax solo on there. I'm sure Marlon hates sax a little bit.
I wonder if Marlon hates Devil Went Down to Georgia.
But anyway,
Marlon, do you hate that?
you couldn't get away from that album back then. They played, 4 or 5 songs on the radio off of that.
Mm-hmm.
Title track's good. Long Way Home. Goodbye Stranger. God, such a good album.
Maureen's here. Thank God we've got the female here. Jesus. Where's
We got
Star?
Annie's
Where
in
is-
here too
Annie's
as well,
here, too.
Mrs. Bolt.
Who's been here?
Annie T and Mrs. Bolt.
Where
So it's not a
is
complete
Star?
sausage fest.
Where's
We
Star?
got
at?
some ladies here tonight.
Oh, look. Finally, a
see?
show I dig. Well, yeah, you.
All right.
I don't know what that means. That's a slap in the face to me. Where's
little
Star
hurtful.
at? We have 55 people watching.
Nice.
We might want to move these shows to Monday.
Monday
I
night,
don't know what's
yeah.
going on.
We're
All
like the
right,
open-
let's keep it moving. Was that your 3?
That was my 3, yes.
All right, we're gonna throw it over to John the Music Nut. 53. This is unheard of in the warehouse. We're gonna have to have young Logan go sweep the aisles after this.
Holy
All
cow.
right, so John the Music Nut, we need your 3. What you got?
This is going to be an all-timer tonight. I just have that feeling. I really do. Thank you all for watching. John Clauser, thank you for joining us.
He
Right
could have
after
been
the
here,
year.
but he's not
No.
here.
John Clauser's my music corner.
We miss John Clauser, but he's like one of those elite panelists that you only get
music
like
aficionados.
he's like an aficionado, and
the
you may
hoity-toity
get him
club.
if you can book him. I've booked him. I try to book him, but he's very exclusive. So Anyway,
He
go
already
ahead, John.
he put 3 of his selections in the chat though.
Not quite the
y'all know.
same, John. Not quite the same.
Yeah, okay. All right. I'm going to talk about the only band that mattered. And they put out a double album in 1979 too. And it's one of my favorite albums, period. And my favorite album from 1979. Now, you could pick a ton of songs off this album, but I'm going with a deeper cut. This is The Clash.
Okay.
The song's called Clamp Down. Now,
there you go. One of Martin Popoff's favorites.
The song or the album or the band?
Oh, well, he loves The Clash and he loves this record.
There you go. It's a fantastic record. And it hasn't aged at all. It's not a punk album. It really isn't. It's a tour de force. I mean, they touch just about every genre on this album. Fantastic. Fantastic album. But Clampdown's my favorite track on the album. But this album, I mean, there's like 5 or 6 I could bounce between on this one. But fantastic song. Great rapport here with the band. Great vocal from Mick Jones. Awesome tune. Very memorable. Very catchy. It's my number 10. Number 9.
Holy shit. Wait a minute. Marlon doesn't hate something. So everybody.
He didn't hate Logical Song.
What?
Okay, take a screen capture.
Devil went down to Georgia. I think he's.
Please take someone take a screen capture of this that Marlon doesn't like. He doesn't hate something. God, what a night tonight! Boy, I should do more often. Anyway, John, go ahead.
Number 9, Kyle Hummel. You're in my brain.
Well, that's scary as shit.
That's right. Journey was never better than when Greg Raleigh and Steve Perry sang together.
Yeah, we discussed
I
that.
agree.
Very good.
100%.
Yeah.
When they sang together, it was magic. God, I love the Escape album, and that was their huge breakthrough. But these 3 albums, Infinity, Evolution, Departure, before those 3 albums before, they were awesome. But just the same way as just a fantastic song. The blending of the vocals and they're bouncing off each other vocally. Very memorable track. Excellent song. I love the bridge on this too. Awesome song. It wasn't quite a hit, but it got played a lot on AOR. And you still hear it a lot today. I don't know if they do it live anymore, but it's one of my favorite Journey songs. Number 9, Just the Same Way. Number 8.
Yes, sir.
To echo my friend DC, but not the same song.
This
we're going with Donna Summer and Marlon. I think we're going to give this a 1.2. Bad Girls.
Yeah.
And this may break.
Double album of the same name.
Marlon may have an outer body experience from this. I don't know, but
beep beep.
He might.
What a fantastic song.
Yeah.
Oh man, this album is a tour de force. Excellent. I mean, God, but Donna Summer was all over the radio at this point in 79. Summer is 79. Bad Girls was a number 1. Hot Stuff was a number 1. Dim All the Lights was a number 2.
Oh my God! She owned the charts.
Johnny Metal.
She did. Fantastic. Unless you lived under a cave, you've heard this song.
Well,
this was a huge song in 1979.
Thank you, KKWW.
But I mean, so many hooks on here with the horn lines and the great lyric. Fantastic.
Yeah.
And excellent song. Donna Summer, Bad Girls, my number 8. Thank you, Annie T.
I bet Annie T likes Donna Summer, Bad Girls, but I don't know.
Marlon, I got one right. Thank you.
Oh, there's so many
comments on the side here.
Marlon says you guys are killing me.
Well,
Marlon, you killed me.
I'm killing him, especially.
The nut got one right. Oh yeah, baby. That's why we have the nut.
Thank you,
on
Marlon.
here.
So he likes
Marlon,
he
just
likes
the
Bad
same
Girls,
way.
but doesn't like.
I think it must be just the
Heaven
same
knows. Okay.
You know, we're keeping it loose tonight because
that's right.
We're doing what we can in the warehouse. As long as Logan is keeping aisle 17 clutter free, I'm good. I don't know where is young Logan.
He appeared very early on and then disappeared.
Right.
So many
I'm not
Donna
like
Summer
Climax
songs.
Blues Band. They couldn't get it right, but I get it right.
Look at that. One of your
John gets it right.
John the fanboy. The nut gets it right.
I don't have any groupies around here.
I don't have any groupies either.
Let y'all know. There's a plug.
I've got 61 people watching, which is what
Nice.
the hell is that about? Guess the Warehouse is busting out. All right.
Excellent.
So I'm going to go with my 3 picks, ladies and gentlemen. So brace yourselves. And like I said, this could change. But a lot of these stem from when I was like a young boy. And I'm just going to do it. I'm going to go my number 10. These aren't ranked, but I'm going to go with number 10. I'm going to go with Jefferson Starship Jane from Freedom at Point Zero. So when I was a young guitar playing crazy kid, when I was starting to play guitar in 79, this was one of those songs because I think it's still great. I still think that Freedom at Point Zero is a great record. I think it got a little bit, the reviews weren't so great because, well, Grace Slick wasn't on it. Marty Ballin wasn't on it. But you still had Paul Kantner and you had the great Mickey Thomas before, well, everything sold out. This is probably the last Jefferson Starship album before they sold out to some degree, quote unquote. But I still think this is a great record. Come on, Jane's a great song.
Yeah.
Isn't Craig Chiquito on that album?
He is.
Yeah, he is.
A guitar player.
It's great. All right, my number 9, I'm going to go with the Cars. It's All I Can Do, Byron, because it is the great Ben Orr. Now, everyone in the comments, please back me up and beat down BM Bolt because, come on.
No
Listen
way.
to me. Now,
Dangerous Type's better.
calm down. It's my show. Now listen to me, because
Oh, did you bang Byron again?
the great Benjamin Orr does a wonderful vocal. It is pop. I'll put him back in. Oh, it switched my lineup. But I think it's a great song. Everyone back me up because I'm the host. All right, where's my number 8? Okay, my number 8. This is one of the best Neil Young albums on the planet, and everyone back me up on this. I'm going to go with Neil Young, A Crazy Horse, Rust Never Sleeps, My Hey Hey, which is the acoustic version. The other thing is, I just learned this today, is that Neil did not write this song. Did you know that?
What?
He didn't write it.
What?
And then Hey Hey My is the electric version of it. But I think this track's absolutely brilliant, and I think this whole record is brilliant. So I'll leave it at that. That's my next 3.
It really is.
It is brilliant. Let's see.
Great
Oh,
record.
look, Tom Curlis. Look who's making an appearance. Ben Orr was awesome. There, Gary Joyce, Powderfinger.
Buddy.
Well, you just wait, Gary Joyce, because I think Powderfinger makes an appearance. Not by me. Oh, Annie. Oh, wait a minute. He co-wrote. Wait a minute. Wait. Oh, you guys are going at me too fast. Okay, you love that? It's a great record. Annie T, you just lost me with Neil Young. Well, Neil Young is really not one of those artists that the female of the species really are into. Now,
I agree with Annie T. That song's a wall puncher for me.
No, it's freaking
Rock
great.
and roll will never
I would assume that
die.
Mrs. BM Bolt is a lot higher on the food chain than Annie T is. And I think Mrs. BM Bolt
Mrs.
probably gets
BM
it.
Bolt loves Harvest Moon. She
There you
loves
go.
That's a
that
good
song.
tune. And I do like that one.
Oh, here we got a good one. Blackfoot Highway song off classic.
Or Train.
The distortion on his guitar is so massive. God dang, you're right. All right, Eric Robertson. Okay, here we go. Ben Orr was like Elvis, McCartney, and Gilmore, all in one voice combined. Thoughts
Don't
on
you
that panel?
Don't you
Panel,
wish
what do
with the
think?
Cars they shared more lead vocals and Ben got some more chances to take the lead? Because it wasn't as shared as much as I would hope it would be.
Holy crap. We have Mr. Firefall in the chat. I went to the same high school as Benjamin Orr here in Ohio.
Hey.
This is a small world. And Ken, Mr. Firefall.
There you
tapping
go. There's a
hard.
fun fact for y'all.
That's good. Oh my God. Let's keep going. All right. DC, give me your next three.
Ah, you're all ready for some more old man picks?
Here's the thing. I know with the panel, certain categories of music are going to be covered, no problem.
Right.
I'm kind of going on the perimeters with some of these picks, but nonetheless, I do love these songs. They may be old man picks, but here we go. For my fourth, like I said, I love a variety of music, and soul is one of those categories. This one has a slight jazz vibe as well. 79 was a weak year for soul if you don't count disco and that sort of thing on the pop charts.
Could you consider disco soul?
It's got elements of soul in there, but I mean, it's more upfront dance music. But there are elements of soul in there, I think. I can hear them in it.
Right.
Let's see. This is everything you'd want in this style of music, including, and Marlon's going to love this, some sultry sax playing.
Oh, God. He's going to jump out of a window.
I may beat my 1.9 for my Donna Summer pick here, but I'm going to go with Bobby Caldwell with What You Won't Do for Love. Just a great soulful R&B type light jazz tune.
Oh, look at that. Annie T likes the panel. I'll be damned.
Well,
Has great artwork. See?
oh, well, thank you, Dagan.
Maureen, I think, used to play volleyball
Volleyball.
with Benjamin Orr. Let me think. Let me
The
look.
fiddle player in John Mellencamp's band.
Oh, Maureen, I thought you played volleyball with Benjamin Orr.
Now, that would have been something.
Look at this. The John the Music Nut fan club is
Thank you,
heavy.
Principal.
John, you're garnering fans left and right here
My
tonight.
God.
I got a compliment on my art, so I guess I'll take that.
Oh, these are old man picks.
They are.
Well,
I
well,
readily
it is what it
admit
is.
it.
All right, I
Okay.
like it.
My next one, I'm going to categorize this as a hidden gem pick. And as we move along in the years and we start to get into 80s, these pop charts are going to be complete or almost irrelevant to me. And it's always going to be album cuts and deep dives. And I never even heard of that band or whatever before. These were songs and artists that went under the radar, but in my opinion deserved a much better fate. I heard this song by the Mark Tanner Band called Elena, and I love it. It's catchy, it's yacht rocky and soulful. In fact, the whole album that it comes from called No Escape is fantastic. When I play this album, I don't skip a tune on it. So if you like yacht kind of rock, pop, rock type stuff, check out this album.
You know what my recollection? I can't talk. You know what my recollection is of this record? When I was a kid going through the cutout bins, this was one of those cutout albums.
Yeah, they're in great quantity with that corner cut out. Yep.
Yep.
What album is this? It says no, it's
What?
oh, it's cut off.
Wait a minute. what?
Okay, my last pick for our second go round here.
Look at Mr. B.M. Bolt doesn't even know most of DC's picks.
Where the hell is this guy coming from? Where did he grow up? Oh, who Mrs. Bolt. Can you get that one up again?
Where is Mrs. Bolt? Oh,
She's with absolutely.
we should just have Mrs. Bolt up here.
Yes, that is a wall puncher. That is the anthem for every woman scorned. When I was in a club and that song came on, you just saw these it's like a cavalcade of women rushing the dance floor to dance to this. They'd all been spurned at one point and were going to dance their anger out.
Is
Yeah.
Is Annie's T still in the chat? Because I would like for her to weigh in.
Yeah, let's hear what some of the ladies think about I Will Survive.
The anthem of every scorned woman since '79.
It is.
I'd like for her to weigh in.
Okay, my last pick of this go round.
Wait a minute. Hold on. Hold on. Jesus. Okay, I'm ready. Go. I'm
Okay.
ready.
My next pick might be one that there's a chance that Marlon might like it. It's not a hard rock tune or whatever, but it's a pop song, and it didn't chart in '79, but it's wildly popular. Everybody knows it, and it's Nick Lowe's Cruel to Be Kind. It's another timeless pop tune. I never get tired
A
of
classic.
it.
A great
Everything
record,
that
too.
you want in a pop song. Just such a
Yes.
laid back, pleasant groove, melody. It's got it all.
It's
Boom.
great.
That's my last of this go round.
Holy crap. Hit it out of the park, DC.
Well, one of 6.
According to Annie T, she
I'm
is
a bitter
not
girl.
bitter. Just angry.
I'm not lying to you guys. When that song was played in the clubs, it was just a mass of women would rush the dance floor, and you could tell by their dancing there was a little bit of anger they were working out.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we have Marlon's
Marlon.
ratings for DC's tracks. We've got a 4.1, a 4.7, and for Nick Lowe, we've got a 7.7.
I'm
Nice.
wondering where Marlon's at and where I'm at. So, okay. Thank you, Marlon. I'll take those.
Oh, it's good. Annie T, since she is one of the few women here, she likes Nick Lowe. All right.
Thank you, Annie T.
We always come back to the power pop on this channel. Yes, we do, Kyle. You are my man. Old man music for sure there, DC. All right. Well, I'll get to everybody. Keep it 1 out of 3, DC. Champion likes your pick. All right, let's go over to
Thank you,
John the
Champion.
Music Nut, who seems to have a big fan base here tonight.
Oh my God!
And we don't want to disappoint his fans. So,
Aren't we? We're going out of order though, isn't it, Byron?
That's fine.
oh no, we'll go. Sorry, no, we'll go Byron because Mrs. BM Bolt would be all imp in arms if we skip her loving husband. So go ahead, Byron. Give us your next 3.
All right, since the I Will Survive is the female anthem, I'm going to go with the male anthem here. This came out 79, and
Go ahead.
I really like this song. So much so I went out and bought the album. I didn't have a lot of money in those
At
days.
full price.
Yeah, well, yeah. Damned if I do, damned if I don't.
Nice.
We have
Oh,
balance,
God.
folks.
Oh God.
No matter what we do, we're screwed. So my wife's not going to be happy with that one.
No, now we know we may have to put her in on another slot, and we might have to have a session tonight.
So anyway, yeah.
The
I
doctor's in.
love that song when it came out. That's my introduction really to Alan Parsons from what I remember. I don't think I'd heard anything prior to that.
All right.
My next one. Yeah, verify it. Yeah. So this band, I'd say they were very quirky to begin with. And this really
God, I keep
wasn't
hitting the button.
kind of
Go ahead.
music that I really got into that much, but for some reason I always really liked these guys. And I'm going to go with Talking Heads from Fear of Music, Life During Wartime. This isn't really my wheelhouse per se, but I always did like Talking Heads for some reason. And
Okay.
very interesting band. They really changed over the years, it seems like. Kind of this post-punk alternative band, and then they just got into world music, and they kind of got into pop and cool stuff.
It's a fantastic album.
And then the next one, okay, so this album. There's a lot of classics on this album. So
it's a
I
great
thought somebody
record.
mentioned maybe Girls Got Rhythm. I'm going with Touch Too Much. Man,
Nice.
such a good song. But you could have gone with the Highway to Hell, Girls Got Rhythm, Walk All Over You, Beating Around the Bush. Side 2 isn't as strong as side 1 on this, but man, everything on side 1 is just awesome. So yeah, Touch Too Much. I love that track.
Wizard. Head First from the Babies is a great record. I love that record.
Mm-hmm.
Was that 79? I don't even remember.
Might be. Yeah, I think it is 79 or 78.
So anyway, that's my
This ain't no club
my 3.
Grant. This ain't
Great
no
choice.
CBGB. Look at that. Talking Heads, nice work. Annie T, one of the few females in the audience. Yawn.
Yeah, Annie
The,
T and I are of the same mind. We seem to be on the same wavelength.
Yawn. Look, but then, see, I can't keep up with the chat.
Well, I
the
like Highway.
chat.
I like AC.
So Highway to Hell is a plus. I was thinking of picking some XTC, but I did not. I think Drums and Wires as an album is a perfect record, but when I take it apart, there are some other tracks I like better. I love Drums and Wires, don't get me wrong. I've got the damn poster behind me. Well, I used to. It's over there now. But I like it, so I didn't pick anything from it. Okay. Is it me? Oh no, it's John the Music Nut. John the Music Nut, go ahead.
All right. Thanks, guys. I want to talk about a songwriter who's got a fantastic catalog anymore.
I'm ready.
From the album Squeezing Out Sparks, Graham Parker, Passion is No Ordinary Word. You could pick several songs off this album. Fantastic. Oh, Byron, you got to pick this album up. This is a killer album.
Byron will only pick it up if he can find it in a garage sale.
I bet you I can find that one for $1, and I passed on it many times because I didn't know what it was.
No, I doubt it because this never sold anything.
And
who's buying Graham Parker? Nobody.
But I am. Those 70s albums are all killer.
Yeah.
All of them. And I think this is the finest of them all. Excellent.
So with the rumor?
I'm good with that.
This is after the rumor, or wasn't it was Graham Parker the rumor originally, wasn't it?
It's Graham Parker and the rumor. Yeah. The rumor played on most of those albums. But sometimes they list as Graham Parker and sometimes Graham Parker and rumor. But excellent track here. Very catchy. Love it. Number 6. Now, Yacht Rock Weekend. We're going to go right now. And I'm going to go with what I feel is the best soft rock album ever released. But I'm not going to go with one of the singles because there were 4 huge hits off this album. And this very talented singer, songwriter, and guitar player, excellent guitar player, doesn't get enough credit for it.
Yeah, I know where you're going.
It struck gold in '79 with his self-titled debut. And it's Christopher Cross, but I'm going with I Really Don't Know Anymore, which was the second song off the album.
Phenomenal
Song.
It's
this
phenomenal.
Album, I think, can have 7 singles off of it.
Oh, easy.
That good.
Yeah,
it's that good. The whole thing is like one big single.
John, I screwed up because I completely forgot about that album, and that's got some stellar material. And like you say about Christopher Cross as a guitarist, I never knew he did that lead on Ride Like the Wind.
Mm-hmm.
That is him.
Yep.
Holy cats. Fantastic.
Amazing player.
God,
I mean, if you go to see him live, his voice isn't there anymore, but he could still play. Fantastic.
You know what? I hate to be like all giddy like a schoolgirl. We've got 66 people watching tonight.
Nice. Thank you all for joining us.
Monday night in the Warehouse. Mark it down from now on.
Mark it down.
Yeah.
We'll be doing this again.
No
I do want to thank
cats.
I want to thank everybody for tuning in and keeping it interactive. We're trying to get to all your comments, but it's really us just trying to rap music, and we really have no lives, and we have no one to rap music with other than you. So that's what we're doing.
That's actually true for me.
It is true. Well, we're like a community. Well, you know, the Contrarians, Sea of Tranquility, all these shit. We're like a community.
Yes.
You know, it's a community. So.
All right. Now, number 5. I said on our previous shows, I'm doing this band 4 years in a row. This is number 3. One of the best bands there ever was. They just never broke through in America, but they were huge in the UK. And it's Jam, Eats and Rifles off of the Sons album. This is a song that Paul Weller wrote while he was growing up. He lived next to this college called the Eton College, and it was a school for young boys, but they trained them to learn how to use guns, and every day he'd see them with their guns over their shoulders and and learning how to shoot. And he was amazed by how these young 10, 12-year-old boys are there learning discipline by learning how to shoot guns. So he wrote a song about it, but this is a fantastic track among many from that Set and Sons album. Another one of my favorite albums from that year. Paul Weller is one of the best songwriters there ever was, in my opinion. Fantastic track. So many great hooks on this one. This
I
is
cannot
near
keep
punk.
track with everybody. Go ahead.
It's like near punk. I wouldn't say it's punk. It's got the anger of punk, but it's a very catchy track. The thing, Paul Weller he can write a hook. He wrote so many great lyrics, most of them about growing up in Britain. Fantastic song. Eats and Rifles, number 5 for me. Thanks.
Excellent. All right,
Great.
cool. Is it me now?
Yes, sir.
All right. I do want to thank everybody for popping in because, Jesus, I've had several beers. All right. So here we go. So this would be my number 4, correct? No. What did I do already?
We got 6
Done
picks
3.
already.
Okay, I'm
Now we're
starting
down to
number
the last
10.
4.
My number did I do my number 8? I did my number
No.
8. So I'm my number 7. Thank you, panel, for keeping me in line because it takes a lot. Now, this is, I don't care what anybody says about this band. I love a lot of tracks off this record. This was the last record they did that was really considered a real rock and roll record. Now, people might bitch about them like the next album was too light. I don't care. I think the next album is phenomenal. I'm going with REO Speedwagon. Only the strong survive off of 9 Lives. No one else on this panel picked any REO, but damn it, I'm picking
I got
REO
that
because
album.
I love it. I love it. I don't care what anybody says. I do. I do love
I
it.
live in the home of REO Speedwagon. In fact, there's a street named after them in my parts.
So I want to hear from the people in the Peanut Gallery. Do you like REO? Do you like this song? I like it. Love it. God. Gets me all
Hey,
worked up.
youngsters.
Hey, you kids, get off my lawn. All right, my number 6, I'm going to go with something that I think someone else has already picked, but I beat you to it. I'm going with Foreigner. Rev It on the Red Line from Head Games.
Great song.
Now, when I was young, I thought that the first Foreigner album and Double Vision were my favorites, but as time has progressed, this is my favorite Foreigner album. Because I think I like that there's a lot of new wave elements on it, and I like that sound on it, even though I think that the drums sound like shit. But I kind of like what Roy Thomas Baker brought to the table, and I don't think that obviously Mick Jones wasn't a fan of this record because he fired practically the whole band. But I like the original Foreigner. I like what this album sounds like. I like everything about it. Even though the track 17, I don't think you could make today in our woke society. But anyway, I like it. I'm just leaving it at that. Foreigner. Rev on the Red Line. Now my number
Excellent
5.
pick.
Am I right? Number 5? We're going to go with what I think. You can quote me, ladies and gentlemen. Don't burn my house down or burn a cross in my yard. But my favorite Police song is Message in the Bottle off Regatta de Blanc. I think it's absolutely brilliant. Andy Summers' guitar playing and Stuart Copeland's drum sting. One of the best Sting songs on the planet. It still holds up. They still play it. And I think it's brilliant from 1979. I'll keep it at that. And I have 30 more comments I haven't got to. Oh,
Man, it's fire in the comment section.
What is this?
I can't even keep
Fire.
track.
I feel like
Fire.
it's Wednesday night on the Contrarians. What is happening?
Yeah.
Oh my God. This
And
is...
they're
Just
good
spot on about
comments
messaging
too. We could
about it.
probably go on for 4 hours tonight with a conversation.
Tyler says that's a great pick. I appreciate it. Women. Woman. Is it woman? Woman.
Women.
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 Yeah.
Brain is a terrible thing.
See that
Best
woman
track
with
on
her
Head
clothes
Games.
torn.
Kyle, I don't know that song, but I always love. I always do a double shot at REO. Take It on the Run and Time for Me to Fly during my acoustic set. It always goes over well. Kyle,
I could believe that.
I believe that 100%. Look, here we go. KK says God, if I could get it up there. Head Games best Foreigner album. Yep. Oh, look at this. Best TV content on a Monday night.
That's
Well,
right.
If this is your best TV content, it's It's a terrible world.
Oh, this is where it's heading, Grant.
Is it?
Oh, regular television is dying. This is where people want to be, where they can be with their peeps, what they love, interaction. This is where it's at.
Holy crap, we've got yet another female here. How does
Victoria.
this happen?
Don't like
I
it
don't know
already.
how this happened. Victoria,
Victoria,
says,
I could put together a 15-track REO CD that would be just fine for me. The rest of it I don't need. But I could do about 15 really
They're
good
going to kick
songs.
you out of Illinois, man.
well, Victoria, we're glad to
Come
have
and
you
get
either
me,
way.
folks.
Texas Troy, my dad likes REO.
All right.
There you go, DC.
Yeah.
I like Back on the Road Again from that Nine
Yeah.
Lives album. That's a
You're
killer.
just
That's
a-
not on there, right?
You're a pup.
57. You're
Oh,
a
what a
baby. REO is great. Marlon thinks it's pretty good.
Well, there
Annie
you
T
go.
says it's a good choice. But
Oh no, I hate REO.
he hates REO. Oh,
Mm.
shit. Grant, wait a minute. Grant has another channel. It's called Jazzy Grant and Michael McDonald. You should you're poking fun, but on Thursday I'm gonna record a ranking of Michael McDonald. So you make a joke, but it's true. Okay, here we go. Chris Perry, SOT Contrarians, Grants Rock Warehouse. Where I come to remind myself other people do. Other
Do you
people
know what the hell I'm talking
read
about?
that? I can't see it.
It says SOT Contrarians Rock Warehouse, where I come to remind myself other people do know what the hell I'm talking about. Saxon is doing their cover of Ride Like the Wind in their current shows. Yeah, this community, this is what's awesome about the interwebs. Because like I've said before, you just can't go to your neighbors and start talking about bass players and albums. We're passionate about music here. We're a select group of people.
Evidently,
Chris
Gary.
Petrie, you're absolutely right. I just
Oh,
went to see Saxon Uriah Heep,
where?
and Saxon did Ride Like the Wind that night. I went there with John
Oh.
Klausner and Nick Esquire. Fantastic show.
I'd have loved to hear that.
Play it
Good
cool,
luck.
Granny, or scare them away. Yeah, no shit. I gotta watch out.
Sorry to interrupt you, Grant. I had to get that in.
No, it's all right. We're keeping it loose, you know. All right, I can't keep up with everybody in the chat. If I didn't get to you, I apologize. But we're keeping it real in the feel, in the warehouse.
Oh, Curlis Mania, thank you so much for that outstanding comment before. You rock, man.
Where
Tom
is-
Curlis.
Where is Tom Curlis?
He was in earlier. I don't know if he stayed on or not, but
Yeah.
great channel,
I'll
Curlis
keep-
Mania.
If
Check it
he's
out.
not here, I'll keep
Like
that
and
in the back of
subscribe.
my mind. Jay Miller, keep it reals. Grant, I'm keeping it real. Oh my God, Anthony Ferrara's in the chat. UK Danger Money, a great record. I did not pick Danger Money, though I love it. But I think it works better as a whole album. Some of these you can pull off. Ken White, John, yes, this is one of the reasons why this is so
That's
fun.
right, Ken.
Nathan, Grant, you are doing Grant. Well, that seems wrong.
You got to be you.
I mean, especially right now, I wouldn't want to do myself right at this moment. It wouldn't be appropriate.
Keep that Cars album
Keep
cover
that,
cameo
keep
away
that
from him.
coming. I like it. I might be doing myself later, but not right now. Okay. I saw Eddie Money maybe a year or two before he passed. Oh, no way. Love Eddie Money. Eddie Money's going to make an appearance.
Oh, great.
Yeah, look at that. Well, young Grant really liked that record. Oh, here goes Anthony for Hey Proggers. Always waving that flag. See, I'm not in a prog mood.
Frame of mind.
Nah,
No.
I'm not into prog at the moment. And I can't always be into prog like Anthony Ferraro. I kind of go in and out of it, and right now I'm not prog. I just can't. It's like no, I can't. Well, I could be a progger, but I just not feeling it. You know, you go in and out of stuff. All right, so who's next? DC, are you doing 2 or 3?
We're doing 2 and then 2 to wrap it up. So
Well, do 3, and then we'll do our one at the end. Let's
All
do
right,
that.
I'll do 3.
Do 3.
I screwed up, Grant, so I don't know how you set up the graphics, but I
have
accidentally
no idea.
missed
Go
one.
ahead.
Okay.
No, that's all right. Go ahead.
Let's straddle 2 genres with this pick, as it is a yachty ballad, and it's Ambrosia with How Much I Feel. And talk about a band that changed direction in the middle of their career.
Love
they
it.
went from prog, if you will, to just straight up pop, yacht rock, loungy
Love it.
pop, however you want to categorize it. Never tire of this tune. Great in every way. And that wraps up all my top 100 picks for the year. So let's finally get a hard rock pick in the mix. I mean, I love everything, folks, but I'm just trying to pick from every category that I do love and have a representational song. I'm going to choose a song from an album that isn't one of my favorites from the band, but I love this song, and it is Cheap Sunglasses by ZZ Top. It is gritty.
Nice.
It is funky with really cool gear shift in the middle of the song. It allows for some awesome lead work from Billy Gibbons.
Well, that
So-
is my favorite. I will say this, DC. That
Okay.
is my favorite ZZ Top album.
You are shitting me.
It is.
That is the only song on there that I really, really like, and I've got about 3 others that are okay. That is not one of my faves.
I
at
think
all.
it's.
He
the
loves
best
my
ZZ Top album.
automobile.
I
think it's
bad,
the
I'm
whole thing's
nationwide.
good.
Okay, well, we all hear things different, don't we?
That's
And
why we're on this
I'm-
show.
I'm out in the weeds. Okay, my last pick for this go round, and I couldn't get through a top 10 without having some sort of Todd related tune. My second to last pick is a song from an album that has a running theme about television and produced by one of my musical heroes, as I said, Todd Rundgren. It's the song Prime Time from the Tubes album Remote Control.
Nice.
Excuse me.
Wow.
And this song trades off female and male lead vocals with Ree Styles and Fee Waybill. And Todd originally wanted Ree, the female, to sing the full song, but Fee wasn't having any of that, so we have this lovely duet. And I guess Todd and Fee did not see eye to eye on a lot of things, but this has got a great melody, clever vocals, stellar tune. Love it. There, I'm done with my number
All right.
9 pick.
All right, cool. So, BM, you're up.
All right. Since we haven't been doing much prog, and Anthony might still be here, I'm going with the prog.
He's still here.
I'm going with probably our only prog pick of the night, and I think he's going to like this one. We're going to go with Every Day from Steve Hackett from Spectral Mornings. It's really like almost 2 different songs.
He's probably all worked up seeing that album cover.
It starts out with a lot of singing, but then it breaks into this long instrumental for the last half of the song. It's just incredible. That's one of my favorite Hackett songs right there. And then, okay, so now we're gonna go with my favorite guitar player of all time.
Wait a minute. Wait. Wait a minute. When I get props like this, we have to stop. John, I totally agree. I first saw Grant on SOT and really enjoy his channel as well. So much fun. See? Look at that. I like Ken. Ken, I like you.
Man,
Very
there are
nice,
some
thank
stellar comments here. I just
I
can't
know.
keep up.
I can't keep up. So, all right, go ahead, BM.
Okay.
If there's something else that's going to give me like some props, I'll have to interrupt. But
Of
for
course.
now, you got the clear.
So yeah, I'm gonna go with my favorite guitar player of all time. This was kind of his first hit. More of a slower ballad, but I'm going with Parisian Walkways off of this album.
Wait a minute, that's not it, is it?
Yeah, that is. This is the American cover here.
Oh, all I could find was the UK cover. Or
Look,
whatever.
Yeah.
British one.
Yeah, this is a white label promo. That's about all there are of these in the U.S. 'Cause they probably
No
didn't-
one bought it.
No. So I've got a Japanese copy with that cover that you got there.
You know,
And then-
Annie T, hold on, BM.
Yeah.
We will be signing autographs after the show in the
Near aisle
alley.
17. Aisle 17.
Aisle
folks.
17. All right, go ahead.
Thank you, Annie T.
All right. So this album was picked earlier tonight, but I'm going to go with a different song. So we're going with off of Us Never Sleeps. I'm going to go with Powderfinger.
Holy shit. Wait a minute, BM.
Yeah.
Trying to get my shit up. There it is. Go ahead.
What a song, man. I was reading Rolling Stone said this was his greatest song he ever wrote. And it's up there for me. I mean,
okay. I know I picked Hey, Hey, My, Hey, Hey. But because you picked Powderfinger,
you went with.
I went with the other.
Okay.
So
but if you would have picked Powderfinger, I was going to go Pocahontas. God, that's a great song.
I think that record's brilliant.
Yeah, I mean,
I love it.
Great album, man. So
I absolutely love it.
That's my third one. So
hey, yeah. Ken's got that Gary Moore album. He was the other guy that bought.
Yeah, the two of you. Imagine that. You only two copies here stateside.
Marlon's coming in.
I know it's coming.
Hey, Byron, that Gary Moore album is 78.
Who gives a shit? Daryl pulls the wrong year every fucking pick.
Well, there you go, Marlon.
I don't even know if
I can't add anything to that.
Yeah, this does say 78. But I thought this came out the same year as
Marlon.
Well, wait a minute, Marlon.
Black Rose, which is 79, isn't it?
Marlon, what track did you give?
I believe it was the cheap sunglasses pick.
Okay. Well, I can't. You guys are coming at me too fast. I can't keep up.
I think Marlon's right on that, but man, I could have sworn that was 79.
Any Gary Moore is great, Gary Moore. That's good. You guys are all over it. This was like the best community ever on the planet. I swear to God. Ooh, here we go. Pat Travers' live version of Boom Boom Out Go the Lights. With
Tyler
Tommy Aldridge on drums.
Tyler, where I had my formative years in Youngstown, Ohio, that live version of Boom Boom was constantly coming out of the FM rock stations in northeastern Ohio. That got big time play.
Hold on, Eric. Yeah, Devo had a record in 79. Duty Now for the Future, right? What's up? I'm thinking, yeah, Duty Now for the Future.
Yeah, that was.
I didn't pick anything off.
I'm pulling a DC here. That was released as a single in 79.
All right, give them hell.
The album was 78.
Wait a minute, there's something going on with Mrs. Bolt. Let's see.
Uh-oh.
Robert, I lovingly refer to him as a music nerd. Is that what you are there, Byron? The wife thinks you're a music nerd?
She says I'm less of a nerd than you guys, though.
I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't say that at all. Oh, look at this. And then she's saying this. Me either. I'm impressed with the vast amount of knowledge they all have. Well, you know, back when I was younger, we used to.
But I can't remember her birthday, so there you go.
Now listen to this. I'm gonna go back in time, but when I was a kid, we used to play music trivia all the time, and I would kick ass back in the 80s and the 70s. Back in the 80s, I would kick ass on it. It took me all this time to freaking utilize all the crap in my brain. It took all this time for this to happen.
Yeah. It was rough for people like that because I'm the same way with like cartoons, sitcoms, and music. And before the internet, I'd get calls at like 3:00 in the morning, guys closing down bars, asking me what was Underdog's girlfriend's name and crap like that. So thankfully the internet solves all that shit that I would get woken from deep slumber to answer questions.
What's weird with me, if like someone said, Grant, what year what year is something, or what year were they born? I can just like pull that out. I don't know why.
Yeah.
DC from Youngstown, Ohio, then I'm sure you do remember Glass Harp.
Yes. Glass Harp with the incredible Phil Keaggy on guitar. My God, was he good. And is good. But you had Blue Ash. You had Left End that we played the other night. And then Glass Harp. James Gang was down the road. Raspberries were up in Cleveland. Yeah. Lots of good stuff.
Look at that. Victoria, has good taste. All right. Marlon Brando, Pocahontas in DC. Okay.
Let's see.
I consider you all music nerds, but I'm fond of nerds.
Well, we've got a lot more going on for ourselves than you might think.
Okay, you know what? This is funny. Lounge Dweller.
That came up just when.
Well, I bought
could've-
recently. What was the band that I have to prep for? Some band. All right, whatever. I just bought that Tycoon CD off of Renaissance Records. It's coming in the mail because I used to buy back in the day when I was a kid. I bought the record at Peaches on Morris Road in Columbus, Ohio.
Oh, know
back
it
in the
well.
day.
Know it well.
And I bought that Tycoon album, and I haven't heard it in a bazillion years. And the fact that they put it out on CD, I was intrigued. Anything from New England's debut is really good.
Yes.
Yeah, and it got back in the day, John. That record got slaughtered by the critics. It's good though. This house is one of the most audience-friendly music channels on YouTube, D-Rocker.
Thank you. That is
We try to
awesome.
keep it civil.
We try to keep it civil.
and we're
not,
appreciative of everybody because you're our people. Yeah.
you know, we're not drama oriented like some other channels.
I got to respond to Robert Den Duvin. Youngstown, at least you were not from Cortland. I'm familiar with Cortland as well. Not so bad.
I don't know.
Youngstown, you'd be a little rough. Watch where
No
you end
Gary
up at
Newman
night.
yet, but I could have easily pick Gary Newman. But why would you ask a Gary Newman? You hate that kind of stuff.
Marlon's mentioned a lot of my honorable mentions.
Yeah. This is an
All right.
impossible task, folks.
Sorry,
Yeah,
I got
well-
on a tangent. Where are we at right now? Someone keep me in line.
John's up.
Who's up?
John should be up.
John, go. Give us your whatever you're giving us.
2, 3, 4.
2, 3, 4. Go
Okay,
ahead.
my bad. All right. We
No,
already mentioned
it's loose. You're fine. Go.
it's all good. All right. We already mentioned the Police tonight,
Yep.
and I love Regard de Blanc. I think it's their best record. Fantastic record. I once sang this song to a woman. She laughed at me. The bed's too big without you.
Oh God.
But I love
Jesus.
this track. Yeah, very quasi reggae feel on this. I love the bass line on it. Love the feel. Those sparse guitars there from Andy Summers.
Oh, yeah. There you
Fantastic
go.
song. This is my favorite.
Fantastic.
I love every song on this album, but that one's my favorite. The bed's too big without you. That was a
Well-
pretty good AOR cut. Well played AOR cut, I might add. I mean, Message and Files song everybody knows, but bed's too
my-
big without you's played hot.
My favorite Police album's Ghost in the Machine.
Yeah,
that's
we talked
great.
about that.
Yeah.
That was on Ryan's Final Destination, I believe.
Back in the day when Ryan did shows.
Yeah, when Ryan did shows, and I was just getting my feet wet doing this stuff.
Yeah, but you were good back then.
Thank
You
you.
were still good. But yeah, that
That's right.
that was my final. That's still my favorite Police album, even though it wasn't my favorite back in the day, but it is.
They're all really good. It just depends on what you like.
Exactly.
All right. Now, number 3, I know some of you have mentioned this in the chat, and I have loved this cassette since, oh my God, I'll go on 40 years now. The title track to Molly Hatchet, Flirting with Disaster. What a fantastic song. Oh my gosh.
It's good.
Fantastic.
It's a good record
live band.
too.
And John, isn't that how you design an album cover?
Their album
Take some
covers were great.
Stellar,
together.
stellar artwork.
They always had great album covers.
Yeah.
Holy crap!
Dr.
I hate to interrupt you, John,
Wait a
but the
minute.
good doctor's here.
Uncle Jam.
Good
wants
doctor of funk.
you to funk with me.
Funkadelic Uncle Jam wants you. You know, and every time the good doctor's here, we have to take a moment. So
Reflect.
to reflect.
Oh, Whiskey Man. Whiskey Man, don't play that hand too long. Yeah, I love that song.
No, Tyler's 100% correct. That whole record's that's great.
Yeah.
That is a fantastic album.
It's fantastic.
Oh gosh, awesome. Number
Kick
2.
out- Yeah, go
I'm
ahead.
sorry.
Oh,
Okay.
look, there's Ernesto.
Yeah, Ernesto's
Let's
popped in a
go!
few times.
Well,
Miss
my
you, buddy.
goodness,
Thank you,
couldn't
Principal.
make it for the show, but he's in the chat.
We miss you.
We miss you.
We certainly do.
All right.
All right. This fantastic singer-songwriter has not been mentioned tonight. So I'm going to right a wrong. And this man did not just have hits on soundtracks. Okay. I think this is one of the best yacht rock songs ever. This is it, Kenny Loggins. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Love this song. I
This
love
is a
the
yacht
drama
rock
in it.
classic.
What a
Oh.
chorus. And then he
Yeah.
goes up in that higher register in the last chorus and those notes he holds at the end. Spectacular.
Yeah, John. From Celebrate Me Home, that album, and probably the next three, stellar material. Yeah, love it.
Thank you. And just like on the Christopher Cross selection I had earlier, you can really hear Michael McDonald on those backing vocals.
Yeah, you're busy man. He was
This
as busy
era,
as
you heard-
Grant.
Yeah, Michael McDonald was on a lot of songs that weren't his own.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There you
but
go. That's my
still,
number 2.
That's a good one.
There you go,
All right.
Texas Troy.
All right.
I'm
Cool.
driving down the
See,
road with disaster. I love it.
When the doctor comes on the show, everybody pauses and makes a. Everyone loves the good doctor.
And you feel a
funk.
little bad because you didn't make any funk choices for this year.
I didn't. I coulda. Wait a minute. How many people remember the singer of the Motels?
Martha Davis.
Martha
Davis.
Yeah, Martha Davis.
What a
Yeah.
great catalog they have.
Yeah.
Oh, there's not a weak album in that bunch.
Also was on the Tubes album and did Monkey Time with Fee.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That's right.
Wait a minute. Grant, all right, wait a minute. Grant, can you ask DC to make names appear under the moving pictures? I don't really know the whole crew.
Oh, he wants me to do some graphics work. Well, all our names aren't there now.
Well, if I get rid of the graphic, they'll pop up. Wait a minute. Did they pop up?
No.
Oh well, that's a fail. It's everybody. Come
Yeah.
on, man.
BM Bolt, John the Music Nut, the Old Man, and Grant.
Motels remind me of Quarterflash. I think that the
It's
motels are a little bit higher up on the food chain. Eric Robertson, I like the first 4 Motels albums. I think we're probably due for a Motels show.
Yeah, they deserve a little love. No one's talking the Motels.
All right, we rock. All right, that's good. So wait a minute.
Thank
Who was-
you.
John, you're done?
I'm done.
Is it me?
Yes.
Sir.
All right, I'm so glad you guys are keeping track. All right, so it would be my next 3, correct?
2, 3, 4.
2, 3, 4. Oh God, this is a nightmare. Okay, here we go. So my last one was Message in the Bottle, The Police. My next one, since no one's going to mention this is one of those bands that I saw in 1979 when I was a young child, just learning to play guitar, and I was crazy about this band. And I'm going to go with Styx Lights from Cornerstone. This is a good collaboration between Tommy Shaw and Dennis DeYoung. I love it. I like other Styx albums more, but I'll take it. I don't have a problem with this record at all. So that's my number 4. My number 3, how can I go through a show without mentioning this band? Because we're all talking that same
Cheap Trick.
era. I didn't pick any Cheap Trick. I don't think they... Well, I could have, but I didn't. But this band was one of those bands, and I brought it up before. You know I'm going to beat a dead horse.
Grand Funk.
It's not Grand Funk. Grand Funk, by this time, no one cared about Grand Funk. But April Wine, when I was a young 13-year-old, I liked to rock off a Harder, Faster. God,
Yeah.
love it. And I love the version that's on all the rockers. It's got the extended mix with the part that they didn't edit out. I love it. I know there's some people that we were on shows before and they said, oh God, I like to rock, but I love it because I was young and I was into rock and roll and guitar, and the guitars on this just kill. So I'm all over it. So that's my number 3. My number 2. Now, The only reason I'm probably picking this is because I'm prepping for a Toto ranking show. God. And for some reason, I can't get this out of my head. Though I don't think this is their best album, but you have to admit, for a yacht rock classic, I think this is pretty good. And I'm going to go with Toto 99
Yeah,
off
that
of
was
Hydra.
a runner-up for me. Yeah, great tune.
This is a Steve Lukather song. And you know, for being such the big guitar player, rock and roll kind of guy, he sure did a lot of slow songs. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
But
Multifaceted.
Multifaceted. And he was like, what's this, 79? He was born in, I think, 58. So he was like 21 when he wrote this. Or maybe younger, but he was 21 on this record. Can you imagine?
Greatness presents it, or true greatness presents itself at a very young age.
I mean,
And
the
yeah, look
critics
at that.
hated this record when it came out. They hated all the Toto albums. The critics hated Toto.
You
because-
listen to the folks here at the Warehouse. Don't worry about the critics.
But you have to hand it to Steve Lukather because, geez, being such a young kid, playing guitar, doing studio time, holy mackerel.
Mm-hmm.
And his chops as far as guitar. It's great because, you know, me going through this catalog, working on my ranking, you know, you really listen to this stuff and you really have to put it in perspective. And, you know, I think Toto's probably aged pretty well because, I don't know. That's what's great about doing these videos. You can reflect on these bands and you can look at them in a different way. So, yeah, Toto,
Between
99.
the panel and the comments,
song.
it's like
Great song.
astounding the amount of music and stuff that you forget, and you're thinking, holy crap, how did I forget that song or that group?
There you go,
Amazing.
Ken. Great Toto album, but Hydra and George and the Dragon are much better. There you go.
You know, this comment by Marlon, I think I'm going to have to drag my grandson's drum kit in here and start hitting some rim shots. How about names instead of faces?
Really,
When we were
Marlon?
having the graphics issue. All right, Marlon.
I like to rock his lane. Where's his
What the-
wrench?
What the?
There you go. Someone
Trying to
enjoys
push your
April
buttons.
Wine. Tyler also likes April Wine.
There you go.
KK goes, yes, Grant. Oh, yeah. When all that all that wood nickel stuff.
Mm-hmm.
We were talking about this the other day. Like Surfing is Rising and Man of Miracles. James Young was the dominant force on that stuff. It's kind of sad the way things turned out. I feel like I'm talking too much. Let's just keep going. Did I do 3?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay, who's next? DC, what's your
And
number
this is
one?
the last.
All right.
Okay, my last pick. And Grant stole some of my thunder, but that's okay.
Yeah,
We're in
I
the
do
same
that.
wavelength here. That's all right.
That's what I
and I
do.
could have gone with something from ELO, Van Halen, or Cheap Trick, or the Babies. But I've mentioned most of those groups in previous years. So I thought I was going to give a little love for Foreigner's Rev on the Red Line, which
Nice.
it's not all out heavy, but it really does rock. It has a cool vibe. And it's a bit different from everything else on Head Games. Very satisfying melody, lyrics, and chorus. And that's it for me. Grant
But you
pretty
can
much
dance
covered
to it. You can dance.
You can do many things to it.
I think
So
it's
there.
good. All right, cool. That's your number one. Let's go over to BM Bolt. What's your number one?
Well,
Well, it's not
It's not my
necessarily
number
number one.
It's
What's
my-
your
It's
last
just
pick?
your last pick.
I would say this is my number 10 because I'll be honest, I had so many 10s to choose from, and I went with this one because I don't know. This song has really been. I've been favoring it a lot in the last year or so. But I'm going to go off of Tusk. And I'm going to go Sarah. I mean, it's just the way it starts with those arpeggios, and then when the drum and the bass come in, there's just this groove. And John McVie and Mick Fleetwood could get into a great groove on like Hypnotized and a few other tracks, and it's just so smooth sounding. I just love the way it sounds. Think About Me's a great track on here too, though. But
There you go.
overall, it was kind of a downer of a letdown, I thought, after the previous albums. But
All right, my favorite Fleetwood Mac album is Tusk because it's experimental.
yeah, it is.
Let Lindsay doing what he's doing, and they can afford it. Let's, come on, let's be creative instead of
You have
just.
the 2-disc version.
No, I don't.
Yeah.
They definitely had enough juice with Tusk that Lindsay could say, "This is what we're going to record," and they let them.
Yeah,
And-
Victoria. Yeah, you can go see Fortner with no original members,
Mm-mm-mm.
but I think they're wrapping it up.
Yeah, they're
They
coming.
are.
They're coming to town with Styx and John Waite. When am I seeing John Waite?
Yeah.
I like John Waite. I love John Waite, to be quite honest. Tusk's a decent album. Definitely a letdown after Rumors. Title track would have been my favorite. Well, I don't know. Depends on how you look at it.
Yeah, I'm with Tyler on that one. Although I like Sarah, that's my favorite song on that album.
No, I
I'm
think
not a
it's great.
huge Stevie Nicks fan, but that song really just sounds so good.
Oh, here we go. John Patterson. Ted Nugent released State of Shock in '79. There are no songs on that album which appealed to my teenage self at the time. I don't think there were anything on that record that really got played, right?
Paralyzed.
Paralyzed did?
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
remember that. Here we go. D Rocker, Toto 1 and 4 are classics. Here we need a 6-hour stream. I don't.
We could
God.
easily turn this into 6
Yeah, we
hours.
could,
There's
but we're
enough to
not.
discuss, but we're not going to do it, folks.
Yeah.
I'd have to drink more. God, I can't keep up with all you people. Oh, listen to this. Eric Robertson. April Wine have those 15 almost perfect albums like Kiss, Priest, Purple, and Nazareth. Jason
Priest
could
got a
never
ton of
get
great
into
ones.
Toto.
But
Jason's
Kiss doesn't
not a
have
Toto.
15.
talking about him right now.
Jason could never get into Toto. He respects them.
Well, I feel the same way about a lot of artists.
Hey, it's DJ Trish. Trish, how are you?
Hey,
Thanks
Trish.
for popping in.
Trish.
Hey,
You're
Dr.
familiar
Funken-
with DC's work, right?
Dr. Funkenstein.
Dr. Funkenstein's got a comment here about Van Halen with DOA.
DOA.
That was on my runners-up list. That is a great track off that second album.
That's my number 11.
Yeah, I'm right with you, John. That was right there, but not quite.
If Borden can do a 12-hour stream, I can't. I would die. Can't do that. Triple hit on Rev on the red. I love it.
Thank you, D-Rocker. D-Rocker and I share very similar tastes in music. We've been giving each other suggestions back and forth.
Oh my God! Wait a minute, John. Let's be honest. Rock and Rollers in the Navy by Village People was massive in '79, and we would not change the radio station when it played.
Not if you were with me, John.
Not if you were with me
I'd be
either.
lunging for the dial.
I'd be changing the dial. But that's all right.
Hey, love what you love. That's what's great about
I
it.
don't believe so. I don't think they let
No.
Canadian bands in the rock.
Not
hall.
even a mention. Like Grand Funk, not even a mention.
All right, who's next?
I'm next.
All right, John, go ahead.
All right, thanks. All right, Dark Wizard. Your number one and my number one artist, same.
All right.
Second year in a row that I picked a Cheap Trick song as my number one. And to me, it might be their finest song of all, Dream Police.
There you go, everyone. Dream Police. Finally.
Hooks galore. Hooks galore. This is one of my favorite songs, period. A fantastic track. And I love the breakdown with the strings in it and then Bunny Carlo
Yeah.
drums. That's
So
one of
bombastic.
that's one of the most exciting moments in rock and roll to me.
Yeah, it's cool.
You have to
And I
admit,
love
it's
when
classic.
Rick sings that line. Rick sings his line before the solo kicks in. Excellent track. So many great hooks, memorable. One of the best.
I can't.
The
Yeah,
best.
John, I can't argue with you at all because I love Cheap Trick.
And you know what the thing is? Yeah, and you know what the thing is? Way of the World was really close for me too. Like, there's two songs off this album are in my top 5 favorite Cheap Trick songs. Easy. Yep, Dream Police. And Grant, I know you concur.
I do concur. You know, a lot of people say that Dream Police was a drop off in quality, but I do not see that. I think
Very
it's
little.
I don't see any drop off. I think it's basically continuation of Heaven Tonight, and they just, you know, there's more strings on it, but that's not bad. You've got Gonna Raise Hell on it. Holy crap.
You got those two songs that are a little long. And I think that's the only thing you could say is a little bit of a drop off.
I like it. Heaven,
I
you know,
love
you've
that
got
album,
Need
but
Your
I would
Love.
rate
It's still like a
Heaven
9
Tonight
record, though.
a little
Oh,
higher.
yeah, I think it's great.
I think the first 3 are 10s.
I mean, back when I was in All Shook Up, when that came out, that's when my buddies and I detected a drop in quality. It wasn't
Yes.
in Dream Police. But now, after you look back and you look at All Shook Up and what came after, well, I mean, All Shook Up is brilliant compared to some of those records, The Doctor and all that.
Some of the 80s records, yeah, definitely. And Busted. Ugh.
Well, I do like, what's the song? Have to Make You Mine? I think that's great.
Yeah. There's
But
just
that's
just
about
like
it.
2 or 3 good songs.
Yeah, there's some good songs. All right, so
We-
am I up? I guess we're almost done.
Yes.
All right,
Yes, sir.
I'm done. What did I pick for my number 1? Oh, ho, 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 ladies and gentlemen. We're going to go with Todd Rundgren and Utopia. Now, I could have picked anything off of this record. This is not necessarily my number 1, but that's the way it's positioned. I don't know. I'm just going through trying to pick stuff. I'm going with Utopia, Last of the New Wave Riders. Show me a better riff in 1979. Show me a better riff. Great riff.
Yeah, don't say it, Byron. He's gonna go get his Utopia album and say this was from
He
1980.
said Caravan. Okay, Caravan's just
Yeah.
as strong.
I was gonna pick a tune from that album, but
This
when I
says
looked at
1980.
1980. So I don't want to
Came out
get any.
Dec-
I don't want to get any shit from Byron, so I didn't pick anything off that album. And
Byron,
I was
it
going
came
to.
out December 27th of 79.
Yeah, not in the U.S. though. It's 1980.
You know, Byron, bite my bag.
Get a
I-
little
you-
testy. A
See,
little
you
testy
mentioned
here.
that album on your 79 album show, and I was like, that's 1980.
Byron, take a deep breath. It's my show.
I know.
Came
I was
out
going to pick
December
a Beatles tune, so there.
27th of 69.
Yeah, there you go, Dagan. Hey, we have a very ironic comment here
Where?
of a song
Who?
from Marlon, who's wanted peace, love, and understanding.
Wait a minute. Where
That
is
is the anti-Marlon pick right there. Peace, love, and understanding.
our token
ways
woman
up.
who's here is loves Dream Police. Wait a minute. You like Elvis Costello?
Nick Lowe wrote it.
And that particular tune.
Oh,
How
I get it.
ironic.
All right. Way of the World's great. There you go.
Details of it.
Gary Joyce, he loves Dream Police.
Thank you, Principal.
Oh, DJ Trish. Are you ready for a summer mix? DJ Trish, I'm always ready.
Yo, you need to do a listening party with summer tunes, Grant, with it summer coming around the corner.
Time for a yacht rock show.
Or that.
Yacht Rock
We
Weekend.
could do a
Yacht
yacht.
rock
We could do
weekend.
yacht rock. Well, ladies and gentlemen,
Mhm.
I don't know. My data says it came out December 27th of 79.
I had my Utopia pick all queued up, and then Byron went on a rant somewhere. He said, "That's 1980, not 79." I thought, I don't want to get into it.
Wait
I'll
a
save
minute.
it for
Look,
next
Marlon
year.
says, see, I like you more than you think. I guess so. We
He
can't
likes a
read
lot
Marlon
more.
very well.
We're trying to box Marlon in, but he's much more than what we think.
Annie T's leaving. I don't know what she's got to do. Probably irrigate her water pick.
I got some
Annie T.
honorable mentions.
Annie.
Anybody
Go
got anything?
ahead. We've got time. Let's go around, do our honorable mentions, and we'll
Daryl,
wrap
what
this
do you got?
dog up. Go ahead, whoever.
Let's have Daryl go. If he's got it.
Boo, 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 boo. Like I said, I could pick something from the Babies. Head
I was
First.
gonna do the knack, but I didn't do.
Yeah,
the
and
knack.
you know what? I didn't pick the knack because surely Grant will pick My Sharona or Good Girls Don't. And then here it didn't even come up. Those are two runners up. New England, many tunes from that first album. So I'll just throw that out there.
KK,
for
let
now.
me just say this. It's hard. I think Get the Knack is a perfect record. It's hard for me to pull anything off because I love the whole thing. In my other 1979 show, that was my number one record. But for me just to pull a track off of it when every song on it is wonderful to me.
It would be an outrage to your musical
I
sensibilities.
don't know if I could pull things off. So some of my picks, I couldn't pull anything off of them, so I couldn't pick them. So there you go.
All right. I'm done.
What'd you pick?
I said from the Babies, it could have been Head First and New England, that solo album. There's great tracks there. I mean, someone mentioned Ballroom Blitz.
Well, that's like 77, isn't it?
I thought that was 75. A little earlier than
75.
Yeah.
D-Rocker.
Shame on you, D-Rocker.
Nathan says this is a great show. We've got
Thank you,
67
Nathan.
people watching.
Thank you, Nathan.
I don't know what we've done tonight, but we must have drugged the audience in order for them to watch this mess. Do you think it's Monday?
I do.
Well, I think Monday
You gotta come on
it
before.
is.
Gotta come on before Hudson Valley Squares, though.
Yeah. We're the opening act.
Well, we
They-
will be.
I usually
Oh,
like-
it's 9:33.
That show
like-
starts late though, usually on
We're like
Well,
Well,
Brownsville
maybe that's
Station.
what it is.
Easter. All right, I got a few honorable mentions.
Go
here.
ahead, and then we'll wrap it up. Well, after John's done, I don't have any.
All right, I'm just gonna throw out a couple things.
All right.
A couple of great Kansas songs that year. On the Other Side and People of the South Wind.
Nice.
We haven't mentioned much Van Halen. I know you guys did talk DOA, and Dance the Night Away was such a great hit for them. Loving You Sunday Morning by the Scorpions. I know there's a couple other good tracks on there. I think one or two have been mentioned. Waiting for an Alibi, Thin Lizzy.
That'd have been my pick from that album. That's my favorite track on Black Rose.
Triumph, Hold On. I always
Nice.
was a huge Triumph fan. Train, Blackfoot. That might have been mentioned earlier.
Someone mentioned Blackfoot, but not that tune.
Yeah,
that
Left
would be
Turn
my
on
pick
a Red
from that
Light was
album.
mentioned.
Yeah, I think someone mentioned Highway Song too, but
Okay.
Zappa, Watermelon and Easter Hay, one of his best instrumentals. And I'm just going to bring this album up because there's so many good songs on there. I couldn't really pick one. I want to bring up Kink's Low Budget. What an album!
Absolutely.
There's like 4 songs on there that are like just top notch in my opinion, and I was like, God, I don't even know which one I would want to pick. To be honest with you, but I wanted to at least mention that album. Such a great album. So takes me
Byron,
to school.
Byron
Excellent.
said,
Who?
Marlon said, Byron, he said, good picks, but too late.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So anyway, yeah.
All right.
That's
Well,
mine.
Jason needs to go make dinner, so we're gonna have to shut this
Hey,
down
Jason.
because we
Thanks,
can't
buddy.
do this show without Jason.
No.
I will say that Tyler said, "Wait a minute, Hudson Valley Squares isn't live, so not as much interaction." Well, in the Warehouse, Texas, Troy, we love to go live, and the Warehouses went live.
We
a
roll the
lot
dice.
ever since the
We
beginning.
roll the dice. There's no editing, none of that crap. We just bring it.
To be quite honest to everybody here watching, I would rather do every show live
Yeah.
if I could, but sometimes I can't get all the pre-production together. So that's why I would record. But today you were lucky because I got it all together. But I would do every show live if I could. It's a lot more fun.
Certain vibe.
So some great Kiss songs on Dining. I didn't say that.
Sometimes we get corrected by the audience too, which is always good.
Yeah.
I love that. Best 1979 is Love to Love from...
Yeah.
Strangers in the Night.
I
Yeah.
picked that
Strangers in the
I picked that off
Night.
of
I
the
can't see
studio
that.
album. What is that, 77? I think
Yeah.
I picked that, yeah. Yeah.
Gonna
Good pick.
raise hell. There you go, Tony. You're right. Live does bring energy. Well, if you watch the Contrarians live chat on Wednesday, which we will be live on Wednesday, same kind of vibe, ladies and gentlemen. It's fun. John, yes, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, Oh
They're
no!
better albums.
Who is more AI generated, Grant or DC? I'd have to say DC.
I'd
It's
need a
much
whole
better.
lot of work with AI. I wouldn't look like this.
I've got
AI
better
generated.
lighting. I'll give you that. All right, I guess we. Yeah, you know what? That's true, Kyle. I remember going a lot. You remember he would do these live chats outside? He'd be out on his patio.
And answer
I-
questions.
Yeah, I used to
Yeah.
get on those, and
Yeah.
it was great. I don't know why he doesn't do it anymore. I could ask him and get back to you. I think Pete should do. Oh, I do have to mention this. So, since we still have 61 people watching, I need to book it. Okay, this weekend we are recording Firefall on Saturday for Sunday. So I will ask Pete. Pete's going to come on my channel on a Sunday night for a listening party, and he's going to pick his 10 tracks. I'm going to pick my 10 tracks. I will book that with him on Saturday and keep you posted when Pete comes on the Sunday live stream. So we'll be playing music. We will be shooting the shit, so get ready. So that is coming up. But yeah, this weekend we will be doing Firefall. So get ready.
Right.
I still have to get Toto done first before
Who
I
was
do
who was
Firefall.
waiting for that in the chats? Was that Ken White?
Ken
Yeah.
White.
Oh baby, Sunday.
And Ken, because of you, if you're still here, that's why we're doing Firefall. So it's gonna happen.
And Texas Troy he's jonesing for a
Oh,
drum
there's
show.
Ken right there.
There you go, Ken.
And then we got Texas Time. We need a drummers edition of the show. Okay.
Get a lot of angry drummers and
Well,
bassists that
we
don't get
can-
their due.
We can talk about it. I'm not putting it off. Why not? I
So,
wish I could fly like Superman. Yes, that's a great song.
Yeah. What do you got happening Wednesday, Grant?
I don't know. The live chat. And
Yeah,
Contrarians.
yes.
Oh, yes. Yeah, on Wednesday we'll be recording. I think we've got Todd Evans.
Oh, that's not live. I don't remember.
No, it's being recorded.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
I
thought it was
can't deal with Rand live. But Rand, Todd Evans, and Byron will be here. We're going to look at Heaven and Hell, or Heaven
Earth.
or Heaven and Earth, whatever that is.
Or hell.
I haven't even got to prep that yet, so I don't know what it is. Firefall, yeah,
And Thursday,
Ken-
Zappa, and I think that's live, right?
that'll be live.
Yeah.
Byron, you're busy this week.
Yeah.
Busy man. Busy
3
man.
shows in 4 days.
That's what I do to you.
Jesus.
Yeah, you're a professional. All right, everybody. I hope you enjoyed tonight's show. The views were great. I appreciate everyone for chiming in. We'll do this again. I'm not sure what year we'll talk about what year we're going to do, but yes, this panel will be back, and we will talk another year of our favorites. So I want to thank DC, John, and BM Bolt for coming on tonight and keeping it loose and talking music. And all we're trying to do, ladies and gentlemen, is just turn you on to this stuff. Hopefully you can reach out and listen to it. And if you don't see us back this week, tune in to See a Tranquility on Sunday for Firefall. And I know Marlon will be there for
Yo, you
Firefall.
better believe it.
All right, everybody. We'll see you. Have
Good
a
night,
good
everybody.
One. Keep it
Good
real.
night, everyone. Thank you.